Justin, a disappointing result for your side today. How do you assess the performance from Aveley?
Not good enough. Not good enough. It's not good enough performance. To be fair, I was quite glad it was only 1-0 at half time. Better half, second half, but it's easy to say that. You know, I mean, they've already scored a goal. Our old players come back to haunt us. It's funny because he scored the winner for us here last year and he scored the 2 goals that's won it for them today. Look, we knew that the quality they had, that's why they've attracted those players from us and we've lost them because we can't compete financially with them. But I think a few of the boys let themselves down today. I've got a lot of thinking to do in terms of there'll be a few of those that I'll be letting go because I've been patient trying to wait for them to give me a week in, give me one game and not for a game. Maybe I need to go back to ugly and basics and maybe playing at horrible football just to grind some results out. I'm not a fan of it, but maybe I need to go back to that.
You had another new player today, Harlow Town, who played up front. How do you assess his performance?
Well, I think he's done okay. He didn't have much service. What he did do, he's done well. He's been on the bench at Stortford, so we brought him in here, and he'll only get better with games. He's a quality player. I'm sure you can see that. But I just don't think he had any services. I think the midfield was awful today.
You mentioned Junior Dadson scored twice today. You had Alex Reid as well, who both played for us last season. You had a feeling that one of those was going to come back and bite you today.
Yeah, that's right. We kept one of them quiet. I don't think Alex Reid had a good game today. But then Dadson was devastating. It was probably a smart move from the manager to start Dadson. I know he's not been playing much. He's obviously up for it against his old team, and yeah, he's done the business for them. But I'm more concerned that I'm not concerned that they've scored 2 goals because the second goal was because we threw like 4 or 5 strikes on at the end. The first goal obviously is disappointing, but I'm more concerned about our passing and our quality in the final third.
Do you feel maybe a bit of the pressure now? It's a few games now without a win, pretty mid-table. Do you feel that the playoffs might be getting away from you a bit?
I'm not thinking about that at the moment, mate. I'm just thinking about winning games. Pressure, listen, for the finances that Aveley have, mid-table is probably about right, but me as a manager, that's not ever going to be good enough for me, and I'm going to see that as a failure. I'm always going to want to strive higher, and minimum I expect is playoffs. But it's been a tough season in terms of recruiting players because we've lost and we haven't got the money to compete. You know, all I can do is sell it to players that use us as a platform to maybe play at a high level, or I've got a few low players around me. It'd be good to have our skipper be back in 2 weeks' time. Just need people out there that want to win games and put their body on line. And I think a few of them today by putting their body on line.
How frustrating is it as a manager when you watch your team play side like Billericay and deserve to win, and then a few days later you go and draw at home to the likes of Ware and put in performances like this?
Mind-boggling. Can't understand it. You know, like I said, against a team today like Harlow, I didn't really need to motivate them. They knew what they're up against. As you said, against Billericay, I thought yes, probably one of our best performances of the season, and then we go and draw with Ware. So this consistency was killed us this season. We started the season well, not playing well but winning games, and maybe we need to go back to not playing well but winning, and that's what it's all about, the result at the end of the day.
You've got a week now to work with the side before the next game at home to Redbridge. What do you feel needs to change between now and then?
I need to get a few players in certain positions really. I don't like it but keep signing players every week, but until I get it right, until I'm happy and until I feel we're improving, that's the way it's got to be forward. We missed Brian today. He was a massive miss today. He's ill, so you know, like I said, I've not had the opportunity to get my team at the best team out, even against Billericay, we're at my best team. So I can't, you know, I mean, we won that game, but I should like the opportunity to have the best players available to pick and go from there. But we've not had that, and it's not excuses. That's just the truth, and every manager has to deal with that. So that's why you go and sign other players to try and replace those.
Do you feel that up front will be the area that you'll most be looking at? It's the first time we've not scored this season.
Yeah, well, I feel we've got enough strikers here that can score goals, but I just don't think they're getting the service. You know, today we've had the service in other games where I didn't think we had the strikers to score. But yeah, it's just either we work on one thing, do well, and then the other thing, what we was doing well, goes out the window. So just a bit consistent I need to find at the moment.
As I mentioned, you've got Redbridge next week. You're expecting a tough test against them. It was a 93rd minute winner that beat them earlier in the season.
And
so
they're flying at the moment. Yeah. So every game's tough, you know. Just have to keep battling on and improve and be ready for next Saturday.